What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome to the team builder for ICBA Week 6, I believe. This is going to be against the Birmingham Vulpix and DS Gaming. So real quick before I want to get into this, I do want to cover a few things. First off, there is a merch store for everybody in the WBE. My team is one of them, obviously. So if you guys want to support me, there will be a Onage link. I think it's Onage in the description down below. Click that. You can buy a shirt. Like, profits go to me, aside from some of it going to the website itself. But a really cool idea. I wanted to throw that out there for anybody that wanted to support me and support the WBE in many different ways. Secondly, this matchup sucks. Well, before I talk about that, so we just had a Nintendo Direct, and it was announced that Pokemon Home for Pokemon Sword and Shield was not going to allow anything that is not in the Galar Pokedex. So, I want you guys to tell me, what do you think that means for competitive Pokemon? Because there is a potential for the foreseeable future we could not see Pokemon like Tapu Koko, Celesteela, Blacephalon, which is on the screen, Naganadel, which is on the screen. A bunch of Pokemon like that, we could not see them again. There is a potential for us to never see them again. Right now, the future is unknown. It is a very slim chance because there's realistically no reason for them to create a Pokemon and then never show it to us again. But as of right now, it is a possibility. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's a weird marketing move, and I think it is a pretty poor decision, personally. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the matchup. So, Araquanid, Aromatisse, Blacephalon, Fortress, Gligar, Crook, Manectric, Mega Medicham, Naganadel, Tangela, and Weavile. So, this team is super hard for me to beat. And I say that for a couple different reasons. One, his offense is phenomenal. Naganadel, Blacephalon, Mega Medicham, Weavile is phenomenal. And then whenever you add in Crocodile and Manectric, it becomes even better. His wall core is also really, really hard for me to beat with the likes of Aromatisse, with the likes of Fortress, with the likes of Gligar, and the likes of Tangela. It is very, very difficult for me to break all of them down with a single Pokemon to be able to be an accurate wall breaker. So I had to be a little clever for this. On top of that, because his team is so offensive, me having checks to everything is going to rely solely on me playing my checks to certain things perfectly. It is going to rely on me ensuring that he never gets up rocks. It is going to rely on ensuring that I always have up rocks. And it is going to also rely on me not allowing his Beast Boost Mons to get a Speed Beast Boost while also being able to set up their offensive stats. So Blacephalon using Calm Mind, Naganadel using Nasty Plot, things like that. As long as I can prevent those things from setting up in multiple different ways, I should be set. So the way that I actually want to win this game is with a very unique kind of heat set that I came up while I was building, because I realized that a lot of his offense is weak to a common type, and a lot of his offense is pretty frail. So I wanted to bring a Choice Scarfed Clefable. So this Choice Scarfed Clefable has the ability to beat down his setup mons. So Blacephalon is the one that really comes to mind. I can hit it with a Thunderbolt, and even if he sets up Calm Minds, with my Unaware ability, I'm able to bypass that, and I'm able to still break him down pretty easily. So, Choice Scarfed Clefable does really, really well. I have enough speed to outspeed, like, speed creeping Weavile and speed creeping Medicham. So if he speed creeps, I think I did it for my Lando, but with that, I would only have, like, an extra 24 EVs to play with. I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw it all into speed just in case, to ensure that I outspeed them, and hopefully it won't come into play too much. With this, I still live a lot of hits. Like, I still live a Banded Ice Skull Crash from Weavile, and I Oko Weavile with Moonblast. I Oko Mega Medicham. With Ice Beam, I do a lot of damage to Naganadel. I have Flamethrower there specifically for Fortress. Hindsight, after genning the team, I wish I had changed it. I haven't played the battle yet, but I do wish I had changed this. I also did make one other change that I did make actually with the team. I do wish I changed this to like Shadow Ball for Blacephalon, but it's okay. It should be fine. I have a really good Blacephalon check in my Skuntank. I have enough Spadef to take a +1 Z Mind Blown from full health after Stealth Rocks. I have Sucker Punch, which KOs Blacephalon after Stealth Rocks. I have Pursuit, which always kills, like from 50%, and if he switches out, it does minimum like 120%. It does a shit ton of damage. And then I have Poison Jab for Aromatisse, and I have Fire Blast for for Fortress. Ultimately, this thing is only going to touch the field when I know I can either kill Fortress or stop Blacephalon from setting up and sweeping me. Only time this thing is going to touch the field. If it's on the field any other time, I'm making a really poor decision. The 60 in defense, I believe, helps me take a Choice Banded Icicle Crash after Stealth Rocks from Weavile. I believe that's what it was. It was something like that, and then hit it with a Poison Jab. So really, really, really good Pokemon, really bulky, really clutch for helping me against Blacephalon. So I already have one Choice Scarf user in my Clefable, so I also wanted to bring a Choice Scarfed Landorus Therian. So this is going to be one of the cleaners in the game along with Clef, depending on like what he has left over. And the whole idea behind this set is that it forces in his Gligar. And if it forces in his Gligar and I click U-turn on it, I have a lot of things on my team which pressure him immensely. So the whole hope is that I bait in Gligar, click knock off to get rid of its Violite, and then I switch around, and then later on I click U-turn and then I can kill it with some other moves like Moonblast or Ice Beam, things of that nature. So that's kind of where this thing comes in. It also has enough speed for Medicham, Naganadel, Blacephalon, a lot of his really offensive mons. And then I have Rock Slide there specifically just for Araquanid, because I do feel as though Araquanid could come. Well, realistically, Araquanid, Blacephalon, Fortress, Crocodile, Mega Medicham, Naganadel, Weavile, all could come, in my opinion. So, really, really, really good Pokemon. And having Rock Slide for Araquanid is really clutch. So as I was trying to recognize my wall breakers, which I think is really important that people need to do, is you need to recognize the Pokemon that you have and how they're able to wall break your opponent. I think that recognizing that is unbelievably crucial. And one of the best wall breakers that I had against my opponent is Life Orb, Magic Guard, Sigilyph. I have enough speed for Crocodile, and then I have Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, Air Slash, and Tailwind. Tailwind is actually a really clutch move that I'll talk about in a minute, but the combination of Air Slash, Ice Beam, and Flash Cannon destroy his entire team. Air Slash two-shots Araquanid, Blacephalon, Fortress, Crocodile, Medicham, Naganadel, Tangela, and Weavile. Flash Cannon, two-shots Aromatisse, and then Ice Beam, Oko's Gligar. It literally two-shots or Oko's everything on his entire team, including his walls. So it's super, 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 super good. And the idea that I had with this thing was, while it's not bulky enough to take a crap ton of hits, running Roost on it isn't really super reliable because I can't roost up in the face of like, I can't roost up in the face of Araquanid, Blacephalon, Crocodile, Manectric, Medicham, Naganadel. Like, I can't roost up on pretty much anything aside from Aromatisse. What I can do is I can run Tailwind, and what Tailwind allows me to do is it allows me to set up a Tailwind in front of his walls, kill one of his walls immediately, and then still get 2 turns to outspeed him, forcing him into either his Medicham or his Weavile, keeping his beasts off of the field. That is a really important way of ensuring that they're not able to come in on my Sigilyph and one-shot it with like a Draco Meteor or a Shadow Ball, then getting a beast boost. So having Tailwind on here is a really clutch way of ensuring me safety against his beasts. So really, really, really like Sigilyph in this matchup, and I think it's one of the best Pokemon that I have against him. Next up, we have my Metal Sneck. I have enough speed on this for no speed investment with Relaxed Nature, 0 speed IVs Fortress, plus some. So like if he's no speed for Gyro Ball, I will outspeed him, plus a little bit. I can taunt him, prevent Stealth Rocks, guaranteed, get up my own Stealth Rocks, and then Earthquake plus Heavy Slam does a lot. Solely, it beats his beasts, as long as I have my Sturdy intact is what I meant to say. And then Heavy Slam helps out with Aromatisse, and it also helps out with Weavile. This thing is super, 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 super good if I can keep it sturdy intact. It's going to be very situational because I'm not bringing defog on anything, as I typically do. So ensuring that this thing stays healthy is like top priority, but it's really easy to do against things like his Fortress. I can taunt it super easily. Next on the team is this other change I made. I'm going to talk about why I made it. So in physically defensive Jellicent here, it is basically my check to to Mega Medicham. It also is a pretty good check to Naganadel because of its naturally good Spadef and resistance to poison and fire, but not to Dragon, which is a little unfortunate. But basically, the idea behind this is that I can really see him bringing a Stockpile, Toxic, Rest, Sleep Talk Araquanid, or a Toxic, Stockpile, Rest, Liquidation Araquanid. And that's really problematic for me, because while he can't hit me with an attacking move, he can still Toxic me and whittle me down and beat me 1v1 because my Scalds are doing literally nothing. So I had to have Taunt on here to prevent that type of set from ever beating me. And then I also have Taunt on here as another way of helping me out against Fortress in case he wants to bring Stealth Rocks on that. And I can taunt it. He can't bring it in on me and ever set up Stealth Rocks on me that way. The big thing that I changed was I changed Protect for Ice Beam. And that was because in one of my mocks, in a couple of my mocks, Naganadel used my Jellicent as setup fodder with Protect. And I had Protect to ensure that Mega Medicham's Zen Headbutt never two-shot me. So, like, if he Zen Headbutted me, I got leftovers. I clicked Protect. I got leftovers again. I was out of range of another Zen Headbutt from Mega Medicham, as long as he was Jolly, not Adamant. So that's where that idea came from. However, Ice Beam is more important because while Mega Medicham is pretty scary, Mega Medicham's going to get a kill no matter what it comes in on, and as long as I have this around, he's not going to expect Choice Scarf Clefable, ever. He's never going to expect it. So I would rather have Ice Beam on this thing to prevent Naganadel from being like a sub-Nasty Plot set, or even just like a sub-Black Sludge set with really weird moves to try to wear down my team, because it can do that with just good stabs. Like, it can wear me down really well, and with Black Sludge it can be bulky, so I'm bringing Ice Beam to ensure that I never lose to that set. So that is the idea behind the team. I want to wear down his entire team with Steelix plus this thing plus Jellicent. I want to be able to break down his entire wall core, potentially some offensive with Sigilyph, and then clean up with my Choice Scarfers while having Skuntank as a safety net to Blacephalon, because Blacephalon is freaking terrifying. But that is the whole team. Let me know what you guys thought of the team down in the description, or in the comment section below. Also, make sure you check out the Onash link down there as well if you want to support me. If not, no big deal. I understand. But guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.